Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Pacific Drive, where in the last episode we never managed to actually reach the town of Sierram, and as you can tell by both my state and the state of the car, we nearly died getting there. So, back to the safety of the garage after aborting the mission, and we've got a lot of repairs to do, because I nearly wrote the car off and I nearly killed myself. Well, now that I've been taken care of and I've refueled the car, let's take stock of the situation. We've got a whole bunch of things that need doing over there on the right hand side of the screen. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check the friendly dumpster. You should always check the friendly dumpster between drives, because the friendly dumpster knows what you need. Wow. The friendly dumpster is being very generous today. It's almost like it knows the car has basically been written off. So we've got, I mean, you know, crude panels, crude doors, that crap, but they're the best I can do at the moment. Completely lost a side panel, 2 doors. Like I said, the car was in really, really bad shape. I nearly died getting back. Now remember, the thing about all of the stuff that you get from the friendly dumpster is you can't salvage them for materials. You can only use them for the purpose for which they're intended, but I'm not complaining, because if I'd had to fabricate all of the stuff that's required to fix this car up from scratch, it would probably completely depleted my entire stock of scrap metal and rubber. So thank you, friendly dumpster. The friendly dumpster is your friend. Pressurized cartridges, this is all useful. Oh, a new headlight. Yeah. Did I write off my headlights as well? Yes, I did. I destroyed both of my headlights. Okay. Oh, wow. Well, I can replace one of them with a crude headlight. I mean, all of the crude components are pretty bad, as you'd expect. They're the first ones available. Oh, a new scrapper. I'm probably going to need that. Some road flares. Some more panels, flares. All good stuff. The state of these crude panels isn't that bad, actually, so let's have a quick look and see. Oh yeah, I lost the hood as well. Oh, look at that, another panel missing. So that was 3 panels, 2 doors and another door that was basically written off, and as if by magic the friendly dumpster has supplied me with exactly what I need to get this car back on the road. Well, almost. It hasn't given me 2 headlights, but 1 will do. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to get to work with some repair putty, because the stuff that wasn't completely destroyed is about to fall off. So I've got a lot of repairs to do. The checklist over there on the right of the screen is also telling me I need to diagnose the car's quirks. So you do this here at the Tinker station, but I haven't actually noticed any quirks. Quirks are things like when you put the car into park, the windscreen wipers come on. You know, weird things that shouldn't happen, and you can diagnose and fix them at the Tinker station, but we'll come back to that later, because it's actually kind of funny. For now, let's go and have a look at the fabricator, because this is where you manufacture stuff to improve both the car and the workshop. So for example, things like expanded storage lockers for the workshop. Not an issue, because I don't have enough stuff to put into the storage lockers that I have at the moment. I am desperately low on resources. I'm almost completely out of, for example, scrap metal, which is one of the most basic sets of resources. And the chief component in making things like replacement doors and panels, which is probably why the friendly dumpster was so generous. Now, if I want to replace all of the crude doors and paneling on the car with something better like steel doors and panelings, I'm going to need to know how to fabricate steel sheets. So, large fuel tank, that looks nice. So I collected some stable energy from my last ride, and yeah, fuel is an issue. So now I know how to make a large fuel can to replace the well, not to replace, but to supplement the existing jerry can that we have in the back of the car. Take more fuel on my journeys. A matter regenerator. Ooh. The matter regenerator is something that you're probably going to want to unlock as soon as possible. Because what this does... Well, we'll wait until I actually build it and I'll show you. Improved antenna is good as well. It allows you to plot more points of interest to visit on the route map. But the outfitting station the outfitting station is another vital piece of equipment. Because you've got the workbench in the garage, which is where you build improvements for the car. And the outfitting station builds improvements for you. Because at the moment, every time I leave the protection of the car, I'm completely at the mercy of the various different hazards in the zone. The outfitting station is where you make things like radiation suits, carbon fiber shirts, insulated boots, things that protect you personally from the hazards of the zone when you're not being protected by the car itself. When you're out there on foot doing all of your investigating and resource gathering stuff. Because without the outfitting station, you are completely at the mercy of the zone's hazards when you're not in the car. Next thing on the checklist, store of my paints and decals here on the paint shelf. I don't appear to have any. Wait a minute. What do I have in storage? Oh, there we go. Well, that's not. That's a first aid kit. Yes, there. Matcha paint. So this is where you're going to do all of your car customization, all the cosmetic stuff. From the paint shelf here and the detailing station next to it. Not too concerned about that right now though, because if I need to head out into the zone again, and I do, still need scrap metal. You see, I need stuff like repair putty. Large fuel can would be nice as well, now that I have actually unlocked it. Let's see, the jerry can's full, so that's good. The car's tank itself is also full, so that's good. So all you have to do here is just drop the fuel can, grab the fuel pump, fill up the fuel can, put the fuel can in the back of the car. It's not rocket science. Now I'm desperately in need of some scrap metal, and thankfully the friendly dumpster did provide another scrapper for me. And one other thing that you should always do between drives, as well as checking the friendly dumpster, is go to town on the old junker in the backyard here to get things like rubber, scrap metal. Check the trunk as well. You might need to use a pry bar to get it open. I mean, you can just cut through it, but you'll probably destroy most of what's inside the storage in the back. You can get rubber from taking the tyres apart. People have been saying, can't you just, I mean, it's a summer tyre, it's better than a crude tyre. Can't you just salvage the summer tyre and use it to swap out the crude tyres that you currently have equipped? Yes, you can, just not with the equipment that I currently have available. There's a device called the Liberator, which you need to unlock in the fabricator and then build in order to do that. While you're out here, make sure you scrap the computer monitor and the radio, standard sorts of plastics, as well as circuitry. Basically, these are all just free resources. Now that I've gathered them, let's head back to the workbench, because I'm also missing a tyre. That summer tyre would have come in really useful, but I can't actually salvage the tyre intact yet, so I'm going to have to make another one. And spare tyres are all I can do, and they are crap, but they're all I've got, and they're better than nothing. So, oh lordy, so the bumper is ruined, two of the side doors are ruined, but I can fix these with repair putty. This is what I needed the scrap metal for. I still don't have a lot, but now I at least have enough. Oh, that's really bad. Yeah, that crude bumper is basically ready to fall off. I've also still only got one headlight, and they're just crude headlights. I mean, none of this is good. Oh, there's a problem with that tyre. There's a sort of yellow icon over it. And this is also indicated in the status display on the diagnostics board at the front of the garage. But if you see something like that yellow icon, or even worse, a red icon, that means there's a problem with whichever component you're looking at. And you can diagnose it simply by just looking at it and pressing C to activate your scanner. And that'll tell you exactly what's wrong with it and how to fix it. Sometimes you might not be able to fix it. For example, if you have a bald tyre, you just need a new tyre. Alright, there's no fix for that. Okay, I'm out of repair putty. Let's have a quick look. So it's indicating a problem with that tyre on the diagnostic board, and there it is. So we hold down C to scan it, and it's flat. I mean, you can tell it's flat just by looking at it. But we can fix that, we just need a sealing kit. I sincerely hope I have enough materials to make a sealing kit, because I ain't driving on a flat. And good news, I do. I actually have enough materials to make several sealing kits, so I'm kind of concerned here about the fact that there's a flashing yellow indicator over the rear door as well. I'm trying to figure out exactly what's wrong with the rear door. You notice that there was a yellow indicator over that tyre, and now there isn't because we fixed it. It turns out the problem with the rear door is that it was open. Yes. Right. I'm now looking for quirks in the car because another one of the things that the checklist was telling me to do was to diagnose any quirks with the car at the Tinker station. So I thought, oh, there's a quirk. I put the ignition on and the wipers started. No, that's just because I had the wipers turned on. Crude door. I should probably scrap this. I'll pop it in the matter deconstructor. It's not worth repairing. The amount of repair putty that I need and the components to make the repair putty, which I'm very short on, it just wouldn't be worth repairing it. I'm better off scrapping it. So, the Tinker station. Because one of the things that the game was telling me to do earlier was to diagnose any quirks in the car. I didn't even know the car had any quirks. And what quirks are, you know, they're not things like, oh, the battery's dead, or there's a leak in the fuel tank. Things like, for example, when you put the car in gear, the back left door opens. You know, stuff that shouldn't happen. These are quirks. Things like when you activate the radio, the dome light comes on. Stuff like that. The thing is, I haven't actually noticed any quirks in the car, so it's difficult to know where to start. Now, there are upgrades to the Tinker station that you can unlock that will allow you to spend energy to have the Tinker station give you some clues as to exactly what's wrong with the car. But at the moment, I mean, I don't have any of that, and I haven't actually noticed anything. So, I wouldn't know where to start diagnosing. How do you know there are any quirks with the car, Jingles, if you haven't noticed them? Well, one, the game's telling me to diagnose them. Two, if you go to the fix page, there are 2 undiagnosed quirks in the car. So I figured, alright, if I know the car has 2 quirks, I just don't know what they are. So let's put everything through its paces and see what happens. So, ignition on. No doors pop open, the radio doesn't come on, the wipers don't come on, the dome light doesn't come on. I activate the wipers. Nothing happens. Or nothing happens that shouldn't happen. You activate the wipers come on, and that's it. Try putting it in drive. Again, nothing happens. None of the doors pop open. You know, this is the sort of thing that I'm looking for. These are what quirks are. Oh! Hang on a minute. I put the car in park and the passenger door opened. That shouldn't happen. That's a quirk. Alright, let me just confirm that. We'll go and close it. Pop back in and try to replicate it. So, ignition on. Nothing happens. Put the car in drive. Nothing happens. Put the car in park. Door opens. I think I've just diagnosed a quirk. Right, so back to the Tinker station. Well, we'll shut the door first. So, what do we know? We know that when the shifter moves to park, the front right door opens. So shifter, toggles, actually no, not toggles, shifts to park, front right door opens. Submit this diagnosis. You have a limited number of guesses every time you come back from a drive. Yeah, correct diagnosis. It gives me the guess back. And I just need a glass shard to fix this quirk. And I have a glass shard, so we'll go ahead and we'll fix the quirk. It gets all hippy-trippy there for a second. It's resolved. There is still one outstanding quirk in the car, though. Hang on a minute. Why's the battery draining? I press E to activate the checklist and it's telling me charge the battery. It's down to 91%. Did I forget to charge the battery? Oh, well, we'll do it again. Easy enough. A couple of minutes later, I'm conducting some final repairs to the car. The engine needed a bit of work, and I noticed that the checklist is telling me I need to charge the battery again. Is this the other undiagnosed quirk? Is something happening to drain the battery when something else happens? It wasn't that the ignition was on, although that wouldn't drain the battery. That would just drain the fuel. How am I going to diagnose this? Well, I could take some guesses at the Tinker Station, I suppose. Well, hang on a minute, now it's telling me to fill the tank and charge the battery. Is this a related fault? It's not. I just left the ignition on, so that's what's draining the tank. And as for the battery drain problem, did you see it? It wasn't until I got out of the car and actually looked at it from the front that I realised the reason the battery was draining was because I'd left the headlight on. Anyway, don't worry, I'm sure nobody noticed. To Sierram, but we can't drive straight there. We've got to navigate a couple of the side roads first. So this is going to be quite a long trip. And hopefully I can actually make it there without completely wrecking the car and nearly killing myself in the process. So first I have to go through junction E5. And here we are, junction E5, farms, residential, damp forest. We're still in the outer zone. Perpetual stability, this is good. Means I shouldn't expect too many surprises. So there's a couple of, that's the exit. It's going to take me to Sierram. And there's a bunch of stuff here that can be salvaged. Notably the 2 yellow circles on the route map indicate stable anchors. I kind of need more anchor energy to unlock more stuff at the fabricator. So it's dark, it's wet. I'm driving on spare tyres. And, well, at least the windscreen wipers work. I do only have the one headlight though, and it's a crude headlight, and it doesn't really push out an awful lot of illumination. It's enough, I can see where I'm going. Science trailer. Right. Let's take a look. Hello, here we go. So, abandoned science trailers like this usually contain hazardous materials lockers, and they're the best place to find things like chemicals, which you need for repair putty. There it is. It's locked though, so I'm going to need the pry bar. Alrighty-roo. Good stuff, chemicals. Grabbed everything I could from the trailer. Got some other stuff. Scrapped the TV and the computer for plastics, glass and electronics. But most importantly, I got some chemicals. Unfortunately not enough to actually make more repair putty. But what I really need right now is another headlight, because I'm running on one and it's not very good. Unfortunately, I still don't have enough stuff. Oh well, nothing I can do about that other than carry on. Shortly afterwards I noticed something, actually a couple of things a bit weird over by the side of the road. So I pull over to investigate. It doesn't look dangerous. A couple of sodium lights. Okay, that looked dangerous. But what's this? This is a pneumatic deposit box. And they contain all kinds of good stuff. Which is nice. I'll scan it for the log, of course. All this information that you bring back from the stuff that you've scanned on each drive help build up a map of the area so you better understand the hazards and, well, things. Now there was some duct tape in that. Can I now make a headlight? I can! Fantastic. Right. Oh, this is good news. This does of course mean I'm going to drain the battery twice as fast, but hey, I like to be able to see what I'm driving into. Some sizzling fog up ahead. That's not good, I'm going to need to avoid that. They're usually fairly easy to drive around. Usually. It's an electrical hazard. You will do bad things to the car if you drive through it, and this one of course is right in the middle of the road. So I'm going to have to go off-road here. Yeah, easy enough to avoid, but crude tyres, they're not great off-road. As you can see, I'm slipping and sliding all over the place here. They've just got no traction. This does not bode well for doing things like going off-road in pursuit of stable anchors, which I'm going to probably need to do for a number of reasons. First, you need stable anchor energy to unlock new designs and components at the fabricator, and secondly, if there isn't a junction exit from the zone that you're in, the only way out is to activate a portal, which requires stable anchor energy, and then race to the portal and try to get out and back to the garage before the zone closes in on you and kills you, which is bad. I would have probably been fine going for the 2 stable anchors at this junction and harvesting the energy, and then continuing on to Sierram, but I mean the car's not very good, and the last time I tried that I nearly died, which is why I'm having to take a second attempt at actually getting to the junction exit and making it to Sierram today. Oh, that's new. I mean, not the sizzling fog, but those things. I don't know what they do. Oh, right. Completely unsuccessfully failed to get over that before it went off. It's like a sort of jumping jack. Yeah. The woods on either side were just too tight. I couldn't really get around them. Oh, and there's more tourists. Don't want to drive into those, they explode. But the junction is just ahead, or the exit to the junction is just ahead. So we did all right there, actually. Didn't take very little damage at all. One of the headlights suffered a little, but we're good. We've made it to the exit. And now it's on to Sierram itself. And good news, in the length of time that it took us to get there, the sun came up, which means I can turn off the headlights and conserve some of that battery power. Also, it's not raining, so I can kill the wipers and conserve even more battery power.
Back on the road, newbie. Cappy's waiting.
So, Old Cappy is the anomaly that we need to investigate here in Sierram. Oh, there's more of those things on the road ahead. And off the road as well, you sneaky bug. You can drive around them, as long as they don't block the road entirely, and you're careful. There we go.
I'm not risking anyone's life. That car's clearly been protecting the newbie. Something special's going on beneath that hood. Besides, where's your sense of experimentation, Francis?
Oh, thanks, but I'm quite content to leave killing someone out of my definition of an experiment.
I can't remember exactly why it is that we need to investigate Old Cappy, the massive anomaly in the centre of Sierram. Oh, wait, no, I remember why. Because Dr. Ophelia Turner told me to. I'm sure she gave me a reason, but I can't remember what it was. It's where we need to be next in order for the game to happen. There's... I don't think these are salvageable wrecks, they're just frames. Ooh, that's a lot of tourists. And that's Sierram, an Old Cappy, the anomaly that we're here to poke with a stick. I need to avoid these buggers. They do explode if you hit them, and they do a lot of damage, especially when you only have crude paneling, like what I do. Now, according to the junction map, there are no stable exits from Sierram. It's a one-way trip. The only way out of here is through the portal, which is Old Cappy, the massive anomaly in the centre of town. So this is going to be fun. First we have to get there, of course. Also, so keep an eye open for any resources that we can scavenge along the way, because I am very, very low. Oh, there's a couple of wrecked cars ahead then. And they look like ones that I can actually scrap. Well, at least one of them is. Okay. Ignition off, safe fuel. Quick look around first, make sure there's nothing lurking in the woods waiting to jump out on me. I mean, we're in the outer zone. Oh, I'm going to need a pry bar to get through here. It's alright, I've got one. It's no problem. We're in the outer zone. You know, not the mid-zone or the inner zone, where things get progressively more dangerous. But don't be fooled into thinking that the outer zone is a nice, simple, safe place to be. It's not. Very, very not. I mean, at the moment, the zone conditions here say perpetual stability, which is a good sign, but here's the thing. If you start ripping stable anchors out, they're called stable anchors for a reason, because they anchor the zone's stability. If you start salvaging them to grab the anchor energy that they contain, which you're going to have to do because you kind of need the anchor energy, every time you do it, it makes the zone less stable. So, you know, there's a trade-off here. The outer zone can be quite dangerous. According to the map, I'm just around the corner from where I need to be, though. And there are 3 stable anchors that I could harvest for anchor energy. Unfortunately, they're on the other side of town from where I am at the moment. Oh well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. At least both myself and the car are in way, way better condition than we were the last time I tried to do this. And there it is, up ahead. Do I need to take the ramp to get in? Because that would damage the car, surely. Oh no, I don't. I can just drive straight through here. Okay. I'm going to park up here and have a look around. Because there's a couple of buildings that I may be able to scavenge some stuff from. That's old Cappy over there. That's where I have to go. Fun times! Okay, what do we got? There's a TV there I could scrap. There's a dumpster. It's not a friendly dumpster. But there's some useful stuff here. Take it all, of course. Check the cabinet. Yeah, stuff. Better in my bag than lying in the cabinet. Some fabric. There's a refrigerator with some food. There's a lot of stuff around here. I'm taking everything. Can I actually get in? Doesn't look like it. Is this a gas station? It is. Alright, how are we doing for fuel? Let's have a quick look. We could use some fuel. Oh, tourists. Right. You can keep an eye on them. There's another wrecked car here. Oh, it's just a... No, I can actually scrap some of this stuff. Let's check the trunk. Yep. Good stuff. Another dumpster. Oh, it's a friendly dumpster. What have you got for me, friendly? Whoa, what is that? A dumpster pearl. And a couple of steel sheets. What is a dumpster pearl? Well, I'll grab the steel sheets. If I'm going to want to upgrade all the crude paneling on the car, break one of these apart, who knows what will pop out? I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Okay. But yeah, if I'm going to want to upgrade from crude paneling to steel paneling, I'm going to need as much steel as I can get my hands on. Kind of scavenge around in the... What the hell is that? A deco vent. Oh, it's a new steering wheel for the car. Oh, cool. That's the first time I've seen one of those. I mean, it's a cosmetic item for the car, but I've been in other gas stations in other parts of the outer zone, and I've never seen one of those deco vent machines before, so... Jackpot! Okay. Nothing else of note in the gas station itself. It's, is it just me, or is old Cappy over there looking a lot redder and angrier than he was a few minutes ago? Okay. Well, no, wrong door. There we go. Driver sits in the front seat, Jingles. Probably turn the wipers off. It's not like it's raining anymore. I don't need them. I'm down to 50% battery power. Oh, and it just turned radioactive, according to this indicator here on the dash. Yep. Radiation hazard. Oh, this isn't good. I mean, I'll be okay as long as the car's shielding holds out, but the radiation is doing damage to the car's shielding, so it ain't gonna last for long. Oh, my objective just changed. First it was saying get closer to the anomaly, which meant driving into this radiation field. Now it's saying drive up to the bridge to get a closer look at the anomaly. So let's get the hell out of this radiation field before it fries the car. And then starts frying me. And we made it. The car's no longer taking damage. I mean, the car didn't take a lot of damage, but it doesn't have a lot of damage resistance available to begin with. Because crude paneling, crude doors, they don't have an awful lot of health. They will protect you, but they don't offer a lot of protection. If you start battering the car up, you lose that protection, and then the hazards start affecting you inside the car, and that's really bad. So, I need to get up to the bridge. And that is going to be substantially easier said than done. I mean, you can see the bridge up ahead. There it is. But I don't think I can just drive straight up there. Certainly not in this car. Because I've got crude tyres with basically no traction on them. And a really shitty carburetted engine with low torque and horsepower. The off-road performance of this car is just terrible. I think I'm going to need to go around. Because there's no way I'm climbing this hill. Not in this car. Oh, wait, is there a tunnel I can go through? Is that... No, it's a dead end. Yeah, I'm going to have to go around. Alright, fine. Well, finally get back onto a road. Let's stop and check the map. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go all the way around... Hang on, the car's rolling. Jingles, the car's rolling. You didn't put it in park. Oh no, we're fine. It stopped. So yeah, basically I'm going to have to go all the way around. Alright, it's fine. It's a nice day for a drive anyway. Nice day for a drive, he says. In the middle of a rainforest. When will I learn to keep my big mouth shut? Still, could be worse. I mean, the battery's kind of low. But the car's in good nick. And I think we're nearly there. Wherever there is. Whoa, tourists. Well, at least I know the brakes are in good condition. Keep an eye on them. Because they will move if you take your eye off them. Rather than going off-road on crude tyres on wet grass, there's a gap in the fence there, so I'll go this way.
Wasn't there an old bridge around there somewhere? Maybe that'll get you the height you need.
Yes, Tobias, we know, thank you. That's a fuel tanker back there, isn't it? Am I? 50%. I'm fine. I don't want to turn my back on a bunch of tourists to siphon some gas from a fuel tanker. That's a recipe for disaster. 50% fuel, and we're basically nearly there, so I'll be fine. Plus, I've still got the jerry can and the spare fuel can in the back. Don't need fuel. One way or another, this is going to get resolved long before fuel becomes an issue. I just have to get there first. Hopefully without wrecking the car along the way. It's been remarkably hazard-free though, which I'm certainly not complaining about. Weather could be better. Right, it's this way. I think we're nearly there. Wherever there is. Yep, not long to go. Actually, it is suspiciously quiet around here. I mean, I've seen a couple of tourists. Some sizzling fog, and that's really about it. Well, there was all the radiation in the middle as well. I mean, that didn't help. Alright, that's where I need to be. But there's a lot of homes around here that I should probably check out for useful stuff. Yep, right in the middle of a residential zone. I mean, there's nobody who lives here. All the houses were evacuated years ago. Let's have a look and see if I can find anything useful before I commit to going any deeper. Yeah. Some fabric. Some food. I could scrap the phone, but... oh, I can't actually get into the house. Yeah, my scrapper doesn't have a lot of durability left. So I'm only going to use it for stuff that I absolutely definitely need to scrap. Nice. Some more duct tape. What's that blue light? Go and check it out. Actually, there's a couple of them. What's this? Oh, it's just a blue light. Okay. Damn it. I thought there might be something good. Ooh, that looks radioactive. And yep, taking radiation damage, so nope, screw that. There's something in the garage though. Can I get in? I can. Oh, what's this? Just resources, nothing special, but I mean, you know, it's all welcome. More food in the cooler. More resources in the cabinet. There's a radio there I could scrap, but again, I'm trying to save the scrapper. You know what? I think I can probably risk taking a little bit of radiation damage in order to grab the stuff in here and then get out. Okay, well, the weather's clear enough. Well, I just had to go and say it, didn't I? Oh, it'll be fine. A little bit of rain never hurt anybody. What's that? Some kind of warning painted on the side of the radioactive house? You know what, that's not... I don't really need to know. Okay, we've got more radiation in the garage over there, but the house itself appears to be clear. And, yep, some road flares. Again, these houses have all been sealed, so I can't actually get inside them. There's another crate over here, though. Anything else? No, I think we're about done. I mean, there's more. Oh, hello. Oh, there's an abductor. Yeah, nope. Yeah, let's get away from that. The abductors don't actually hurt you, but they will steal things. And they like to... I mean, if there are any hazards around, the abductors do like to latch onto your car and try to drag you into the hazards. So, I'm going to fuel up, because the tank is at 50%. A large fuel can does actually contain more than half the capacity of your gas tank, so that's good. Let's go. I mean, I don't want to push my luck because we've made it this far. The car's in good shape. I'm in good shape. And the last time I tried this, I nearly died. So, don't need the wipers. The battery's okay. And I do have a battery jumper in the car, so I can recharge it if I need to. So I'm supposed to be going this way. What's all this? Oh, tourists. Yeah, give them a wide berth. Oh, there's a plasma generator. Oh god, there's tourists right next to it. I probably kind of need the plasma. Okay, so I need the impact hammer for that. Do I have an impact hammer? Shit, I don't have an impact hammer. I can get rid of the tourists though. If anything hits them, they explode. I was kind of hoping that the explosion from the tourists would break... Oh, hello. They dropped something. What's that? Bit of plastic. Yeah, I was hoping that blowing up the tourists might actually shatter the plasma generator so I could get in there without an impact hammer, but I do need to make an impact hammer. I need gears. That's no problem. I can make gears. Actually, you could make this from the impact hammer screen. Where is it? But whatever, I've done it. So, let's get the plasma out of that. Nice. And we'll check out the science trailer. Well, there's another one over there, but it looks a bit radioactive. And hopefully there's some chemicals. Yes, cool. It's just what I needed. Anything else in here? Yeah, more stuff. We'll grab it. Anything in the closet? Oh, it looks like, yes, there's another crate. And a toolbox. I think we're just about done. Oh wait, no, there's another locker. More useful stuff. We'll take it all. Do I want to investigate that one? I will take radiation damage. You know what? Let's not push our luck. Let's dump everything in the trunk. You don't have to individually do this. You can just press T and it transfers everything from the one container to the other. Okay. Let's go. Keep an eye on the radiation meter. But we're good.
Car's still not close enough to Cappy.
What now?
How about, launching the car into Cappy's core?
I'm sorry. What?
It's simple. The driver jumps the car into the heart of the anomaly, and if I time it right, I'll open the gateway and extract them.
And if you don't?
I've run some calculations. I think it should be fine. Anyway, it's like they always say, what's an experiment without some risk of total annihilation?
Who says that exactly?
In no way, shape, or form should we be doing this.
Well, but you know, if it's the only way, you got this kit for it.
What now? Launch the car into the anomaly. Okay. I figure I'm at the end of this particular objective now, so there's no real reason to save the scrapper. I'm going to pry bar again into this hazmat cabinet. There is definitely something good in there. Yep, lots of chemicals. Pressurized cartridges, good stuff. And I've definitely looted enough stuff to be able to make another scrapper. So we're just going to go ahead and use it. Now, what's in this tower? It looks a bit sciencey. Oh, some tourists outside. Well, tourists outside are fine, as long as there are none inside. So, that looks like the switch I need to press. It's done something. Open the gate. What's this? Transmuter. This turns gear into chemicals. I could use chemicals, actually. Thing is, I kind of need gears as well. And gears are a refined resource. So you don't actually loot... Well, sometimes you can find crates with gears in them, but generally you have to make them from scrap metal. And I don't have a huge amount of scrap metal. So I'll pass. Well, I guess this is it. I've got a very bad feeling about this. But this is what I need to do. So, here we go. I don't know how I'm going to get up enough speed to be able to... Oh shit. Oh, this is bad. Oh fuck. Oh, that's really fast. And, we're going to live. What's happening? And we're back at the garage. Wow, and the car's barely taken any damage. Certainly better than my last trip out into the zone that nearly killed me.
You piece of crap, come back on already. Can you hear me? Cappy fried my transmission systems. Thought I lost you for a moment. Well, it all worked out, didn't it? The gateway got you out, and it looks like the ARC device is still intact with all the data it's recorded from your drive. And my plan worked. Cappy amplified the car's signal and it matches. Looks like Tobias and Francis found their remnant after all. Unfortunately, what they've been saying is true. The remnants drive their victims mad. Maybe that car, having sat dormant for this long, will give you a little more time. Sorry, I don't have better news for you. I'm still game to get you out of here. The faster you leave, the longer you'll have to enjoy the rest of your sanity. None of the routes you've mapped so far leads to a way out. Why don't you head back out and chart some more? Get in touch with Tobias and Francis while you're out there.
So, we did it, and we got back more or less intact. Now we just need to explore the zone more, map out some of those routes, unlock some more junctions. all of which I'm sure is going to lead me deeper into the zone and out of the relative safety of the outer zone. All that coming up in future episodes. Hope you enjoyed this one, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.